Hey y'all, back with a movie review. Maniac Cop from 1988. Tom Atkins, Bruce Campbell. They're in this. Richard Roundtree is in it for about big. Has to do with a big meaty cop, just like, and this guy goes on a killing spree. Stays in the shadows. He's just killing innocent people right and left, and people are like, what is this all about? Now, I'll tell you what it's kind of all about. There will be spoilers. But Tom Atkins starts out as the main cop who's on the beat on this. This was directed by William Lustig, who also did Joe Spinell's Maniac. If you haven't seen that movie is bloody. Ooh! It's nasty bloody. This one is not so bloody. A lot of bone breaking and stabbing and then slashing and stuff like that. The creepy cop, is played by the late Robert Zadar, who you may have seen him in other stuff like Tango and Cash. His thing is he had a really pronounced chin, if you look him up. But he's in the shadows for most of the movie, and you're like, why is this cop killing all these innocent people? Well, it turns out that's not really explained super to my satisfaction, but I'll tell you what they say. Apparently, the cop whose name was Matt Cordell, he was a brutal maverick cop who killed a bunch of bad guys. So the dirty mayor and chief of police pinned a murder on him, stuck him in jail. He was attacked in jail, supposedly killed in jail, but he's still around. Somebody said something about him being some kind of a zombie. They didn't really explain it that well. I'll give him that much. But it's like people are shooting this guy later on, stabbing this guy, doesn't slow him down, and he's all sliced up in the face. That happened when he got attacked in jail. And the only one that seems to be able to hold him to some degree of control is a former girlfriend who later in the movie you find out she still loves this guy even though he's like back from the dead. Or just like but they go through the movie. Tom Atkins is the main police officer who's on the case on this. He does a great job with what he's got. I will say this. I'm going to point out positives and then I'm going to point out negatives because there are a few of each. For what it is, the director, William Lustig, did a good job directing this. Usually movies like this, Jason, Freddy, there's cornball scenes, there's blood out the yin-yang, there's cheesy moments. There's really not cheesy moments. This movie kind of treats its subject matter the same way Maniac did. It's gritty. It's down and dirty. Maniac, of course, is more realistic. But and you can tell that William Lustig didn't have a huge budget. And with what he had, I think he did great. Everything is filmed well. The acting is good. The effects are good. All that stuff is good. One of the things that I didn't care for is even though Tom Atkins is a great actor, period, and he did a good job in this movie, there's just parts where he doesn't, like, you look at him and go, he's a cop. He's not actually doing a ton of police work, but the answers to his questions are sort of like falling his way. Like, for example, when he does face the cop, he hears the girlfriend call the cop Matt, but his last name is Cordell. You never hear anybody give the last name, but Tom Atkins is able to go back to the police station and look up Matt Cordell's record. It's like, where'd you get the last name from there, monkey? I don't know, folks. And then Tom Atkins is going, well, he's a cop. We know he's a cop. And Richard Roundtree goes, well, he could be just a guy in a cop suit. And Tom Atkins is like, we know he's a cop. He's got to be a cop. How? Okay, you roll with it. But, okay, it is what it is. But they're hunting him down. I guess the reason why he's killing everybody, cops, innocent people, etc., is he's pissed about the situation that he was in that got him killed in prison in the first place. They pinned a murder on him, but they said he was a maverick cop that killed bad guys anyway. Okay. So, like I said, some things I think are just a little underdeveloped. Now, they do say that there is a second and third movie in this trilogy. They also say the third movie is putrid. I'm going to see the second one at least, because there again, I saw this one on Folsom. The second one's on Folsom. So I'm going to see it. All in all, I would say for what it was, I would give it maybe a 5.5 to a 6 out of 10 if I was gonna rate everything. Like I said, I think the story had some holes in it. The rationale had some holes in it. They could have explained some things better. And when they even, because see, the whole thing is Cordell's got a problem with the mayor and the police commissioner, but by the time Cordell kills his way up to where he can get his hands on the mayor and the police commissioner, they're killed behind a closed door. All you see is a couple of hands flying in. Oh, it's Cordell! And the hands fly in the window. Did your main actors even show up to work that day to film that scene? Oh, but, there's the obligatory we killed the monster scene at the end of it, but yet the monster crawls, his hand pops out of the water at the end of it, even though he's supposed to be dead this time. Like I said, there's 2 other movies, so let's see what happens. Anyway, I think it's worth your time. Last thing I'll say before I close is Bruce Campbell does a decent job in it. He comes in about halfway. There's kind of a half-assed story for him, but roll with it. It's an excuse to put Bruce Campbell in this. Anyway, I thank you very much for listening to me. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please do. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. Y'all take care. I'll see you on the next one.